This is Greg Orloff with IIoT World, and I'm here with Brenda Discher. And Brenda is the Chief Marketing Officer and also the Senior Vice President of Strategy for Siemens Digital Industries. So thank you for carving out some time for us.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for joining us at our event.
Oh, my pleasure as well. So tell me, Brenda, how is Siemens integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning into its offerings to enhance the capabilities? And if you can, what are the tangible benefits a client is going to see at the end of that process?
Yeah. So there isn't a customer that doesn't talk to us today that doesn't talk to us about AI. So we've been doing machine learning in some form of AI for decades. Okay. But now that it's become such an imperative, and because the models and there's so much learning that's happening, we see lots of different things. We see things happening where we're able to leverage models that actually have been done of previous, many different types of simulations of models. And as customers say, do what-if scenarios, they can leverage the power of what others have done. We see a lot of AI showing up in the ability in natural language to talk to robots, talk to code, talk to whatever, and have automatically things get generated. We've got AI showing up with co-pilots. We've got AI showing up. But the tangible benefits for me, I think what we're going to see is there's a lot of inherent in engineering trial and experiment.
Sure.
And I think that if I could learn, if somebody was sitting next to me and could tell me, here's the 10 things we've tried before, and here's been the learnings of them, and feed that into me, and I have all of that expertise, I could go a lot faster. So I think there's a time to market speed for customers because they have all this expertise now available to them.
That makes sense. You're not reinventing the wheel.
You're not reinventing, and you have that expertise, yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about the industrial metaverse, because this is one of these concepts that has come up and it's been kind of resurfacing and diving back down. Or what are the key technologies Siemens is investing in that area?
So first off, I would say there were some technologies that have happened in the last few years that have enabled the metaverse, cloud, and I think some of the high performance computing. Sure. But the three technologies are the way we talk about the building blocks of the metaverse. The first one is the comprehensive digital twin. And we believe we're a world leader in being able to create a very comprehensive digital representation of pretty much anything, a product, a plant, a factory. So that's kind of building block one. And that now has become accessible to customers large and small. So that one's kind of now readily available. I think it's making things like the metaverse more real. The second one is data and AI that we just talked about. Sure. So there's a ton of data out there. There's now these tools to leverage those insights. That's kind of building block number two. And building block number three is what we call software-defined automation. So there's a lot of traditional automation that sits in every factory, in all of the traditional parts of our operational planning and operation production. And as those things become more connected, as they become more connected to data and the cloud, as they become more software enabled, they're going to be able to use the data. Think about the IT, OT world. They get smarter, they evolve, they actually learn from themselves. And there's a lot of autonomous and things that are happening that kind of enable software-defined automation. All three of those things together make the metaverse much more real, actionable on real data, and because of the comprehensive nature of the digital twin, it can actually be more reliably predict the real world.
Got it. And you're incorporating that into the products, existing product lines, or are we looking for new launches that are coming?
Both. Both. So the comprehensive digital twin is something that is created by customers based on kind of all the capabilities of our products, and we continue to acquire new companies, build our own technologies that allow us to put more information in the digital twin. AI and data, new products are coming out all the time on that one, and there's core technology in our products. And software-defined automation is a lot of brand new products as well.
Got it. What challenges do you see for the industrial metaverse from an adoption standpoint?
So I don't have data on this. My hunch.
Yeah, give me
my hunch is that, what I would say is, so I think working in the metaverse, and I've been playing around with some of the headsets and working in these immersive environments, it isn't natural to me. So I think people that have been doing traditional engineering in traditional ways, this is a little bit of a cultural learning curve. So I think the barrier is really the individual. It's people. It's a different way of working. And you have to be comfortable working and relying on a little bit more of an, kind of a metaverse, immersive world. I think engineers that have grown up more recently and are used to gaming, they're using the gaming technologies, they're used to kind of they grew up digital, they were born digital, there is going to be a lot easier for them. So I think the barrier is really in how do you, have you traditionally worked all digital, or if you used to work more physical and then you use a little bit of digital. So it's really about kind of your appetite for how much digital.
Got it. Okay. Let's talk customers and clients and feedback for a second. I mean, share some of the insights of how Siemens is adapting its business strategy, if you can, to move more towards a customer-centric approach.
Customer-centric approach. So I think Siemens has always really been a deep engineering company, and I think our solutions are always customer-oriented because we really do have extremely capable, deeply, I would say, technical solutions that I think address that address 110% of a customer's needs today and tomorrow. From an experience standpoint, lots of things are going on in our products. The thing I'm responsible for, kind of from a marketing standpoint, we're really designing the end-to-end digital experience for customers. And you got to put the customer front of mind there. And I would say this is rethinking. Traditionally, we would build web content and we'd put everything about the product on a single page. And customers don't, you have 10 seconds to capture somebody's attention in today's world.
Yep.
And so really thinking, if I put the customer and I put the customer center, what is the purpose of the page? What is the purpose of the content of this page? What might the customer's question be? And optimize the content for that. Get all this other peripheral stuff off so that we remove as much friction from them as possible. And this is even thinking, how many clicks? Do I have to scroll to find something? If the action is I want to get somebody to try or download a white paper, does it say, download white paper, this white paper does blank? Is that the thing that's screaming out at you? And so there's a lot of design principles and work that's being done in my organization to really design for customers through the digital experience.
So are you taking client feedback then, and how, if you are, I mean, how is that shaping the marketing side of the strategy? In
Absolutely,
addition to the
absolutely.
product
So
innovation?
customers are on. They can connect to us and talk to us through chat, right? So we get a lot of feedback. I think the most interesting one is most of our web pages, and you maybe see this on other websites. When you sit on one of our web pages for more than 3 seconds, a little pop-up comes up and says, did you get the purpose of your visit taken care of today? Which is a yes/no question. All you gotta do is click a thumbs. Exactly. And to me, again, if we're being smarter about designing for a customer and putting the customer at the center and really designing for them, if we get a lot of yeses, the content on that page did its job. If we're getting a lot of no's or a lot of bounce rates, which is another analytical metric, that one is not as much engaging with the customer. It's looking at the data. Get that page off. Turn that page off, redesign it, and rethink how you deliver for the customer.
Well, that's good to know that you react to it, right? It's not
It's
not just a blind
we do.
question.
This whole idea of A/B testing, when I started in marketing, I'm not going to date myself, but many years ago, A/B testing was something that it took a while to put together the A/B test. And then you would have a website up for maybe a month or two, collect some data, and then put another website up, a couple months of data. And then after that, you could decide on what is the thing you learned. Today, you can do this instantaneously in a matter of a few hours with the data we collect. So allows us a lot of good ways to interact with customers and get real-time feedback. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. It's been a pleasure.
A pleasure. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week.